Good evening. Right, let me just check the audio as normal. Yep. Okay, right. I, I should know by now. I should know. I need to have a quick drink like just before the stream starts to, because obviously I work from home. 9 times out of 10, the majority of the time I spend the day, designing. Maybe I talk to like a couple of people, stuff like that. And then I spend most of the time talking where I'm like, chatting to people over Discord, things like that, but it tends to be in the evenings. So that means, the throat doesn't get as hydrated as it should be. So when I start the streams, I always get the urge to cough. Because it's just like the throat's going, oh, you get ready to talk now, right, get ready. Okay. So, for those of you who are not aware, excuse me, I need to adjust the microphone. I'll keep that. There we go. For those of you who are not aware, BYOC is bring your own copy. There will be no audio or video from what we're going to be watching tonight, hence the BYOC. There will be a timer, which, my phone just buzzed. I'll check that in a second. There will be a timer just below, so you can see it kind of like, I was getting confused where it is because I keep remember this like sometimes it's flipped, but it's like there, and when we're watching the film, it will start off like something like that, and then when I have to pause it or restart it, it'll go like that. And it's also just like a little test to make sure that it's all working. And that's pretty much it. If I am aware of anything that needs to be highlighted in the films, like if there's any like flashing lights or stuff like that, I will let people know. But at the moment, I'm trying to focus on films that I haven't seen or haven't seen for quite a while. So to make my reactions, the commentary more sort of genuine and realistic sort of thing. It's one of the reasons why I probably won't be doing like Lord of the Rings or something like that. Not because I think they're bad films, but exactly the opposite. They're films I probably watch at least once a year. And I'm not going to say I've got to memorize, but it's like, I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen. Now, that's not to say I won't actually end up watching those, but this is also one of the few times of the week I get to watch films, shows, stuff like that. Now, speaking of shows, I've actually seen on Prime at the moment, there's 2 of my favourite animes that are at least season 1, maybe even season 2 on there. The first one is One Punch Man, which is absolutely ridiculous and completely over the top fighting anime. People think, oh, it's ridiculous, but that's the point. It's meant to be ridiculous. The whole point is like, you've literally got a hero who can punch his way out of anything, and it's not so much about him; it's about the universe in which he lives. Honestly, it's one of those ones you'll either absolutely love it because it is ridiculous and over the top, or you just find it completely stupid and, lower in your IQ. The other, which is another one of my personal favourites, it's called Spy Family, or as some people call it, Spy X Family, which caught me off guard by how surprisingly wholesome it is. It's got like the characters in it are really well done. Now this is, you've dipped into, I'm not going to try and pronounce that, but what's the point in chat? Yes, Spy Family has become one of my favourites because it's like the characters are well done. They're not perfect, like each of them are good at what they do, but they each have like a sort of flip side to them, which is absolute. Like, for example, there's the character in there called Yor. She's an assassin, probably like the world's best assassin. Dear Girl Show. Okay, gotcha. All right. And I can put it. She is borderline indestructible and can punch through trucks and things like that. But the moment you give her any kind of compliments or she tries to do like any home cooking and things like that, she immediately just sort of panics and breaks down. It's disturbingly adorable. Then the other protagonist of the show, Lloyd, he is like the world's best spy, like ridiculously good at what he does. Unfortunately, he has a major blind spot. in that he cannot tell that his fake wife, Yor, is an assassin. And it's good. They're really good. I'm inclined to go with Spy Family because, like I say, it is quite wholesome. Or but then and then there's Anya. Anya is just like this. She's like what, 5 or 6? She's like 5 years old, but she is a telepath. So you have in this family, okay, you have the world's best spy who can't tell that his fake wife is an assassin, and that his daughter. This is all done for a mission reasons. And his daughter is a like I say, is a telepath, and she is this. It's like I say, it's set in like a sort of pseudo Cold War, Germany. It's not exactly because it's basically it's anime stuff. But I'm thinking that for next week, if it's still on, I'm inclined to, if it's on Prime, and it's both seasons. I'll have to double check. You know what? Actually, I'll double check right now. Season 1 is, yeah, okay. So they've only got the first season. Oh no, they may have. It looks like they may have both seasons. Yes, they have both seasons, and there's 25 episodes in it. Okay, we will go on to Black Adam in a minute, but seriously, it's just yeah. I'm going to read out the little blurb bit just to say this is just, I fucking love this show. World peace is at stake, and Secret Agent Twilight must undergo his most difficult mission yet. Pretend to be a family man. Posed as a loving husband and father, he'll infiltrate an elite school to get close to a high-ranking politician. He has the perfect cover, except his wife's a deadly assassin. Neither knows each other's identity, but someone does. His adopted daughter, who's a telepath. Yes, it's brilliant. It's like it is surprisingly wholesome, but also at the same time, it's like ooh, like I was saying more because I will spoil things, but there's a reason why I absolutely adore this show. That, and let's say One Punch Man, because it is ridiculous and over the top, but that's how it's meant to be. It is meant to be ridiculous. It's like, again, this is no spoilers, but for One Punch Man's side to me, it's like, what happens when you're a hero who can literally punch out God? Like, we're talking like sort of, Superman levels. And it's just, again, it's not so much focused on him, although he is the primary character, but there is like other stuff going on in the universe. The fight scenes are ridiculous. Yeah. It's ridiculous. But it's meant to be ridiculous, and it knows it's ridiculous. His greatest enemy becomes a fly. I'm not joking. Anyway, okay, right, so that's enough of the nonsense about what's coming up over the next few weeks with regards to this Friday stuff. Black Adam. Now, I believe it is tangentially or at least sort of a spin-off related to, whatever you want to call it, the other sort of pretty decent DC film Shazam, which is actually pretty decent. I do vaguely remember seeing Shazam many years ago, and it's not one I've seen again since. So, but I don't know. It's one of the sort of ones I know what happens in it. I know the basic plots of it. I can remember certain scenes from it because they just crack me up, like the bit where he's Captain Marvel is talking to the the main villain, but he's like a couple of city blocks away. So it's like, I will destroy you, I will end all your family. But because he doesn't have super hearing, it's had a sequel. Oh, okay. We have to keep an eye out for that one as well. See if it ever comes up in here. But yeah, the sequence that cracked me up was like when he was talking to the villain, but because he doesn't have super hearing, all you can see is like, there's a scene in Kung Pao which plays it's not Kung Pao. What's the one with the panda? No, it's the animation with the panda. plays a homage to that scene where he's trying to talk to him, but because he doesn't have the super hearing, all he sees is the enemy going from like, tiny distance away. He's going, "Hey, mate, what are you saying? I can't hear you, mate." absolutely cracks me up. But yeah, not a good film. So this is like set in I believe I'm not sure if it's called the DC cinematic universe, but it is in that same kind of. It's connected to it. It's basically connected to it. And I can know that. Now, if memory serves correctly, and it has been a long time since I've actually read anything about Captain Marvel comics and Black Adam, a long time. I believe he was. I've suddenly realised this is probably the second film. Pre-James Gunn. Is it? Okay. Yeah, I think this is the second film in which The Rock is playing a Egyptian era character, because he was in the Scorpion King with its really bad CGI. Oh, I mean, the film was okay, but the CGI was awful. Ugh. That was like, yeah, ugh. That's giving me shudders to remember it. Good film. The original Mummy, superb. So I don't really know much about the film, and this is another reason why I want to watch this one, because it is one I haven't seen. I am trying to focus on films I haven't seen. Now, obviously, I was just talking about One Punch Man and Spy Family. This is pretty much a Dwayne Johnson passion project. Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting from it. Now, I am not expecting this film to be jaw-droppingly amazing. That's not a derogatory comment. This is just, it's going to be a Rock film. I know it's going to be a film starring The Rock. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to be bad, but I know it's going to be a film where Dwayne The Rock Johnson will be playing a version of himself, which isn't a bad thing. You know what you're getting. It's going to be okay. What's a metaphorical hat is he going to be wearing today, sort of thing. And honestly, most of the films I've seen with The Rock in, I've enjoyed. Again, I wouldn't necessarily say they were, Oscar winners, or they're going to be, oh my god, I'm going to be watching this for once a week for the rest of my life, every few years, sort of thing. No, I'm not expecting that, but I am expecting that it's going to be entertaining. Probably amusing, a decent-ish film. Maybe, if I was going to rate it, I'd probably rate, again, based on just like the preliminary scenes I've seen, like from like trailers and whatnot, I think I'd probably rate it around 6.5, maybe a 7. And I operate on the thing that a 5 is a perfectly average film. 1 being, you ever make me watch that again, I will remove your eyeballs through your bottom. And 10 is, this film is literally perfection. So for me, a sort of 6 or 7 is above average, entertaining. Will I watch it again? Probably. And as long as I have a simple rule. If I can come away from my film and watch it, you know what? I didn't feel like my time was wasted. It automatically gets a 5. Automatically. And then other stuff will crank it up, depend upon what mood I'm in, whether or not I like the subject matter of the film, because I think people, when they review films, everyone's going to have an inherent bias. Some people like romance films. Some people like films focused on sports. I personally like sci-fi, action, adventure, and then sometimes horror films. But I know that horror is not for everybody because, personal reasons, stuff like that. So, yeah, my scale changes, but that's my basic gist of it. 5 average, 10 is perfect, 1, I will kill you if you make me watch that again. So, I'm going to do a 5-second lead-in, or 5-count lead-in, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just going to get it all prepped up now. Get yourselves ready. And like I say, I'll get everything else. Now, I sometimes recommend for people to put on the captions because of... sometimes the audio, especially like on some films, can be unbalanced, or you might miss what's going on. You don't have to put it on. That's it. Just promise me we'll never watch The Cat in the Hat. Oh, I have watched that, and that's probably one of the few films I have seen that is sub 5. There's not many. There isn't many. I tried to give each film its due. You know, uh, let's just put it like this: there's only one film I have watched that has made me want to cry out my own eyeballs. Even more so when I know why it was made. Battlefield Earth. That's a period of my life I'm not getting back. Now, I don't mean like say horror films or films that just been like came on TV at a bad time for me. Yeah, this was one of the sort of ones, it was like, looks like an interesting sci-fi film. This is like back when video rentals were a thing. Put it on. I'm going to kill somebody for making this film. And then I realised it was basically based off L. Ron Hubbard, the same Scientology dude, and has definitely contributed to why I am not a particular fan of that particular group, and why now I have conflicting signals whenever I watch a Tom Cruise film. It's a shame, really, because he's actually a pretty decent actor. No, I'm digressing. I am digressing. So, let's say we do the 5-second countdown, and then we will start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah. Ooh. Warner Brothers. Especially their game division. Nice. New Line Cinema. Cool. I'm actually looking forward to the new Superman film. And oh, conduct 2600 BCE. And I like they use BCE before Common Era. Nice. Again, feels like the beginning of The Mummy 2, but I'm not complaining. Oh, what a surprise. Oh, that makes me feel a bit queasy when I do camera angles like that. Sabak. That's one of the Egyptian deities, I think. Ah, like their version of vibranium. Yeah, where are you gonna, dude? Where are you gonna hide it? Yeah, I mean, imagine sort of standing, going, "I found it." Shit. Aha. Hmm. Captions are on. Oh, saw that coming. No, but my son accept the king's mercy. Yep. Oh, there you go. I wonder why the captions weren't coming because they. Yep, the graveyards are full of heroes. Now, what's he going to do with that? Ah, praying to Ra. Or maybe not. Yep. Saw this coming. Hmm. Oh, yeah, the noble sacrifice gets their attention. I like that they've changed the names to depend upon the era that the hero comes from, sort of thing. I was about to say that could you know where the legend of the Tower of Babel, where we can call it, comes from. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, definitely seen echoes of Shazam, like the opening in this. But I suppose that's kind of the point, really, isn't it? Like, oh, I have heard as well that Peacemaker season 2 is making progress. Apparently, if you haven't seen Peacemaker, great show. Probably the most unskippable intro ever. I got in mind the cojones on that kid. Fair play to him. That could have gone very, very badly. Hmm. Oh yeah, obviously she's talking about the crown. Yeah, even that like that brief distraction from the guard earlier definitely helped. Advance warning: this has a credit scene. Thank you for the heads up. Where's I been? Okay, yeah, that's where I've seen it before. Hey, there's no shame in losing some hair. That's yeah, that's a bit of a yeah, that's a bit of a mining operation. Yeah, if you're in that part of the world, there's a pretty good chance there's something inside most mountains, and 99% of them you do not want to awaken. No, just leave it where it is, you know. Yep. So, I mean, how can I put it? The UK likes to think it's an oldish country, but compared to that part of the world, we're freaking toddlers. When I suppose that looks like that's cuneiform. Yeah, that which is not dead can eternal lie, and we have strange eons, and death may die. Oh, really? I'm going to remember Sabak. I'm just going to look up Sabak. Okay. Sabak, yes. Now it sounds very similar to an Egyptian mythological creature, and I'm trying to remember which one it is, but I don't want to lose track of the film. Oh, dude got beaten the crap up. This feels how like Moon Knight started as well. Different universe, obviously, but you know I have an appreciation of ancient Egypt. Oh yeah, that's creepy. Yeah, that guy's sus. I'm very sus with that guy. Not her. She seems so far genuine. But he feels sus. Yeah, yeah. Basically, yeah. So his body wouldn't be tampered with whilst he was sleeping the long sleep. Oh, that's cool. That re- that reminds me of the crown from Rings of Power. But I suppose no. At some point, crowns are going to look very similar to each other. Yeah, yeah. You're not questioning the fact that it's just floating there, not resting on a pedestal. It's floating. That's not raising your suspicions. Oh, I don't know. Fair play. She got it. That could have gone very bad. Don't put it on your head. Don't put it on your head. Yeah, that's like one ring territory. There you go. Yeah, smart. Okay, maybe he's legit. Yeah, Mercenary 1, Mercenary 2. Yes. You don't even get a name. Oh, that's a cool shot. That highlight against the light. Ah, okay. So she was expecting. So she knows about all the mystical side of it. So that's why she wasn't surprised that the crown was floating. Makes sense. Yeah, this is why you don't speak his name. Names have power, both in a metaphorical and literal sense, especially in universes like this. You do it. Shit. Oh, they just pass it down the chain. Oh, that mercenary's dead. Yeah, he just materialized out of nowhere. Nice. Ah, yes. We call that move the Palpatine. Yeah, you think after the first few shots they would have realised the bullets ain't doing nothing to him, except maybe just pissing him off. I'll admit, I'm a sucker for lightning powers. Oh, damn. That's going to leave a bruise. Yep, that's a way to make an entrance. Oof. He ain't messing around. It's like, see, this is why you don't wake up super beings who have been asleep for thousands of years. Because they've probably got the morning grumbles and they, need their version of coffee or a toasted bagel. Yeah, so he just punched his way out of a mountain, and you think two helicopters are going to stop him. Damn. So she managed to get it. Well done. Of course, she's now going to have a target on her back for, well, I imagine the rest of the film. I mean, part of me would want to stay and watch this in terms of like happening, but at the same time, it's like about 5,000 years ago. He's not fucking around. Nice. I approve of the tune. So it's like from like how he's seen it from his point of view. This is one of those songs that I've heard multiple covers of, and every version I've liked. Oh, that's good. No. Oh, yeah, that dude's head's going to be missing very, very soon. Okay, I think I've got the vibe of what this film's going to be. It's just going to be ridiculous and over the top, and just like, yeah, just what we used to call back in the day a popcorn film. In that, yep, bye bye. It's not going to be highbrow. It's not going to have a complicated plot. It's just going to be sit back, enjoy it. Just sit back and enjoy it. He got all. Yeah, like that's going to stop him. Okay. Yeah, yeah. We just watched him demolish a whole regiment, not even break into a sweat. Yeah. Yes, he did. Hmm. That's probably done some damage to his favourite cloak. Yep. Bam. Okay, so it seems like this Eternium is like his version of kryptonite. Oh, nope, there he is. Hmm. Oh, hello. I like those flying bike things. I knew he was freaking sus. I freaking knew it. Called it from the beginning. Still, it's nice to have that, established right at the beginning. He looks familiar. Oh, this Hodge. Ah. Oh, bloody hell, it's her. Yeah. It wouldn't be a DC film without her in it. Shit, it's the wall. Yep. Oh, she's freaking great. What's it? Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. Hey, Henry Winkler as well as the Red Tornado. That's a deep reference. Oh my! I wonder because there's a character in One Punch Man called Terrible Tornado, who is a psychic who is like she's petite, but she's like one of the most powerful heroes in the world. Doctor Fate. Yes. Doctor Fate being like I think it's like the DC's equivalent of Doctor Strange. Yes, Doctor Fate. I thought so. Oh, I like the armor. Wait. Is that was that Hawkman's armor? That's Pierce Brosnan, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's Pierce Brosnan. Okay, so we've got the Hawkman's estate. I was right. Yep. Oh, that's mm. Oh. Hmm. Yes. That's a lovely aircraft. Nth metal. I know what nth metal is. Nth metal is basically kind of like vibranium in that it's a very, very useful material. Very, very useful. And it's not exactly the same, but I'm just, you know, yeah. One of the ship is actually Fanagarian. I don't think so, but it I mean, it may have been, have it may have parts integrated within it. Okay, this, yeah, yeah, this is definitely one of those. I'll put it, yeah, one of those type of films. It's all like, yeah, just sit back and enjoy the ride. It's a very pretty ship, yeah. Oh, appropriate. Yeah. Like, not of that quality. They would have had mirrors, but it would have been more. It would have been more like polished bronze or stuff like that. Reflections, but it would not be like the same quality as those summits. Usable. Of course, the kids are fan of the heroes and stuff. So yeah, yeah, that's not a great idea, mate. That could, yeah, exactly. Yeah, probably got some activation thing you have to do. The result. Yep. That's very true. He's not a hero. I think he's like what, anti-hero would be the appropriate term. Like, there appears to be a wall in the way. We can explain that to the landlord why there's a rock a whole lot. Like it's like I like this guy already. Like, okay, this is that type of film, isn't it? Yeah, so, I mean, it is a rock film. There's no denying this, and he is basically playing himself. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Oh, that's cool. Escape hatch. That's mm, whatever he wants. Like, what does he do? Literally whatever he wants. God, that ship is really fucking gorgeous. I can't deny that. Reminds me of a Klingon vessel a bit. Hmm. Oh, because it's kind of. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm liking this cast. And Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate was not on my bingo card, but I dig it. Yeah, it's going to do a bit of resculpting, I think. Oh, I would. And it's been pretty impressive. The statue's been there for several thousand years. I mean, granted, it's half falling apart, but it's still there. Dude, you ruin the soup by doing that, and the dumplings. Nice. Like, really, dude? Yeet. Yeah, this is gonna go bad for you, mate. This is gonna go very bad for you. The good, the bad, and the ugly plane. Yeah. Obviously, I could do a homage to that scene earlier when they focused on it. Bit of a Chekhov's gun, as it were. There's just something amusing about bodies just going. Yeah, this is 100% a rock movie. Yeah, you see what I mean? How it looks, that sort of almost like Klingon-esque look to it. Oh, that is cool. Yeah, you might. Oh, yes, that is nice. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because they're the bad guys. Yeah. I was. This is going to make things interesting. Where like the heroes, like, are we the bad guys? That's a that's a nice outfit. This is gonna. Yeah, I was about to say this is gonna get messy. Oh, it's what it was like when he was there, his homeland, sort of thing. Well, it is his homeland, you know what I mean. Damn good illusion. Okay, so yeah, so you basically got like three sides in this fight: Black Adam, the Justice Society, and Intergang. Ooh, that's gonna sting. I'm trying to remember Atom. They can basically sort of grow big and small, kind of thing. Like, also, I've just realised something as well. It's actually a refreshing change to have a certified smart character who's not an arrogant douchebag. Just realised that. That's a trope I'm not too keen on. I know why it's done. There's a reason why she's called Cyclone. Nice. Still, I suppose, if she's, got like a high IQ sort of thing, that must really help with like utilising her powers, knowing where everything's going to go and stuff like that. Oh, yes, the Demon Crown. Oof. Yeah, definitely got strange vibes coming from this guy. But, there's a lot of overlap between characters between the different universes. Wrong location. Frolics. Nice. Yeah, because he can adjust his size and mass, if I remember rightly. That's like, Cyclone, not tornado. Oof. That's going to be a tooth knocked loose. Yeah. And see, they're all cheering for him. And yeah, the Justice Society are like, yeah, yeah. It's like, hmm, I love that armor for Hawkman. Which makes me very optimistic that they're going to have give Hawk Girl justice in the Superman film that's coming up because I know she's in it. Probably not for like a major bit, but she's in it. But interested to see Nathan Fillion playing Guy Gardner. Yeah, he does not look happy. Yeah, as soon as she said, "I don't have the crown," it's like, "Yep, the boy's got it." That was obvious. Oh, come on. As much as they're pretty. Exactly. Yeah. But I think it's more you know, the timing of it, I think, was embarrassing. It's that sort of, in the same way your mum might talk to you, like, it's like, I will speak to you when we get home, young man, sort of thing. That kind of vibe. That's what I got from it. Like, not necessarily going to be in trouble, but it's just like, dude, your timing really freaking sucked. But yeah, for the first time out, it did a pretty good job. Fair. Oh, did he come here for the crown? I mean, that's understandable considering what they did to him and his people. Yeah. It's like, oh, interesting. Oh dear. Oh dear. Someone made a boo boo. Possibly a boo boo. There. Yeah. Hey, fair play. The uncle was trying to help him. Uh, no, this is gonna go bad. Yeah. Oh, I knew his uncle was gonna get shot or hurt. Of course, yeah, he's chowing down because he burned up a ton of calories. So now's not the time. Yeah, he's an anti-hero. Like, he's basically yeah, he's I can put it, protector of his people, and if that means he has to smash every single skull in existence, then he will gladly do it. Right? Okay, kid's pretty nimble. That could have gone so badly wrong. Oh, I do like those jet bikes. Those are funky. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that crown, if is what does what I think it does, it's basically like a key. Yeah, he's not. No, he's not gonna remember that because he's dead. That fist statue is going to be used at some point in this film because it's like the third time they've shown that, and they're fighting around it. It's going to be used. I'm, that's my prediction. It's like guys shooting. It's like, what the hell? Nice landing. Oh, ouch. Now, yeah, that's yeah. I mean, okay, that's fair enough. You're like, yes, we're going to have a chat about this later. Ouch. Oh dear. So that, yeah. Dude's an electrician. Oh, yes, it's the Eternium, yeah. Ow, 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 ow. Here you go, two farmers, just no minding their own business, like, the fudge was that? Interesting. Yeah, dude, I was about to say, yeah, you're too late. Yes. It's just like, five. You just got broader horizons. Thank you. Someone's actually using the proper term. Yeah, she's an aerokinetic. She's I say I'm liking this cast and crew. He sees futures, plural. Hmm. Yeah. That is a simple question. It's like when you start going polite, it's like, yeah, you two. Well, he has to prove to the other one that he's keeping in the background. Just see him going, yeah. That's that's definitely like, I hate it. He's right. And her home's getting absolutely destroyed. Really, dude? Yeah. Yeah, she's going to have to get a new home. Oh, some interesting symbolism there. Ouch. Where have I seen him before? The dude playing Aldous Hodge, Hawkman. I'll look on IMDb afterwards. Now, for someone who was underground for like 5,000 years, his grasp of modern colloquialisms is quite impressive. That's got to be some horrible, to have that sort of knowledge that people that you know and work with and are assumably friends with, that you've got a pretty good idea how and when they're going to kick the bucket. That's rough. He's always eating. This song always reminds me of Saints Row. Yeah, because he seems to have a susceptibility. Yep, Eternium. Yep, something he is susceptible to or not strong against. Especially if it's basically if it does what I think it does. Kind of agree with him on this one. this is this is going to go bad. It's just like yeah, either way, it was a distraction. Boom time. And I appreciate that Adam's first reaction is to protect Cyclone. Like, obviously, he's got a bit of a thing for her. He's starting to realise that, yeah, this is why they want him knocked out. Ew, ew. Yeah, it's kind of like, ew, it's gonna be all yucky. His wife, mother? Not his wife, mother. His wife or his mother? Oh, that was Hooded. Oh, oh, that changes things. Oh, that really does change things. I thought, oh, because I thought he was, yeah, oh. Okay, this has definitely changed things. Why he was so vengeful. Damn. Oh. They transferred his powers. Yeah. And this would explain why, yep, this is exactly why he goes on a rampage. Nice. Son. This reconceptualizes things. Yeah. Kind of explains. Yep. Then you hurt the right. Then you hurt the people. Hurt the right people. There we go. Let's just hope he doesn't start aging rapidly. So that would be a bit of a pickle. Task Force X Black Site. I love the design of that ship, internally and externally. Oh, nice. Got a little detachable bit as well. Very nice. Ah, so the entrance, or it's actually made underwater. Makes sense. Yeah, that repulsion field is not something you want to fail. Otherwise, the entire base is getting flooded. Oh, I thought it was. Yes, she's in Peacekeeper. I mean, yeah, I thought I recognised her. Damn, that's that's a big complex. Yes, no capes. Nice. Hmm. What do you reckon? Oh, Crown in Chest Boy is going to come back to life, or act as a conduit for things. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wait, can't. Oh, I wonder. I wonder because if the reincarnation thing is active with him, like because like he's cursed to be reborn. Well, I'll say cursed to be reborn. Him and Hawk Girl. That could be why he doesn't fear death because he's like hey, yeah, me again. Now, how they would handle this reincarnation, like, does he get reborn like a phoenix, or does he get reborn into a new body? I don't know. But I do remember that's the thing between them. It's like they are destined to find themselves in every life, or at least, be drawn. Like, what's the word? Not necessarily, be drawn to each other, but sort of get, become friends, relationships, husband and wife. Sometimes it always gets a bit weird, wibbly wobbly. A life. You're reading it backwards. That's impressive. Yeah. Oh, hello. That's. I cannot fault the costumes in this film. Cannot fault the costumes. Yeah. Uh, if I remember right, like, is like Nth Metal, and again, my knowledge of DC stuff is a bit rusty, but like I'm pretty sure Nth Metal is like a more mystical version of like vibranium. That it's not indestructible, but it has some really funky properties. If you know what I mean. Okay, I thought so. Yeah. I mean, I'll admit I know a little bit more about Marvel than I do about DC stuff, but I used to read a lot of DC comics when I was a kid, like Batman, Flash, Superman, obviously. Hmm. The fastball special, basically. You had Justice League and Green Lantern. Yeah, I read a couple of those when I was younger, but For me, it was Superman as a kid. Because, Superman. Oh, that's got to be some sulfur breath. Honestly, I'm quite surprised by how much I'm enjoying Pierce Brosnan in this as Doctor Fate. Also, I do like the fact that again, Fate's got the Ankh as his symbol. So him yelling is basically what he saw. Yep. I mean, visually, this film has been pretty impressive. I cannot fault it. Say that the visuals, the costume, cannot fault any of that. There is one person. Unfortunately, he's kind of not available. Problem is, he can't talk. Give him a few seconds and he will. Yeah, because he's still technically mortal right now. Yeah. In fact, nobody's questioning how he got out as well, but I suppose it's more like, yeah. Nice. Using the sun to sort of get his focus. Yeah. Yep. He's gonna have to hold his breath for a while. And I imagine that water's really chuffing cold. Yeah, that's not a good sign. Oh, there's some symbolism right there. Yep. Hmm. Why do I get the feeling he's not dead? 'Cause I know from what I vaguely remember, Doctor Fate is pretty powerful. Nice. Hell on Earth. Yep. It's okay. They're demons. Hey, he's back. What's the reckon he said that to him? Because what's the word? He knows that him saying that would make him think he's immortal, so he can come and do this. Like it sets up a chain of events. Like I can only die via electricity. I can fight demons and live. The sort of like told him what he needed to hear, sort of thing. Not impossible. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's exactly the sort of thing I would do if I had that sort of kind of ability. Be like, yeah, he's going to die choking on a taco. Okay, I've just told him he's not going to die by electricity. Dude's going to think he's immortal and take down about 30 demons. Oops, excuse me. Yeah. I imagine there's some like etheric sensors somewhere that have just gone off the freaking roof. Yeah, statue's a statue. They can be rebuilt. Oh, he's got his coat. He's got his cloak back, or cape. Is that cloak or cape? Also, there's a nice bit of symbolism by having the cape. Shows he's in his hero mode. Hey, when Aquaman's telling you to kick his ass, it's like, don't mind if I do. Yes, the infinite legions of hell. Yes, get out there, twat some demons. Good, good. Nice. Yeah, that's what you saw in the vision. Now, how? Oh, nice. The helmet's chosen him. Yeah. See, that's something that's got to be quite good when if you're like a superhero or metahuman. When you're going up against like basically demons, it's like, yeah, I don't have to hold back now. So he remembered. Brutal, yet effective. I imagine he's going to have some bruises. Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, they may not be friends, but they don't have to be enemies. that's a trope I like. It's like, yeah, we don't have to be friends. We don't have to fight each other anymore. So, did you capture Black Adam? Not exactly. We came to an arrangement. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Intergang are like, yeah, that that place, yeah, yeah. We're gonna write off our operations there. It's not worth staying there. Say it. Okay, so there's what? There's a credit scene. You say, right? Okay. You know what? I like this a lot more than I thought I was going to. I think if I have to give this a rating out of 10, it's a firm 7, maybe a 7.5. But definitely say a firm 7. Liked it first time you saw it? Like, oh, you liked it the first time you saw it? Fair enough, yeah. I was it. I'm surprised by how much I liked the casting. Like, I mean, you had The Wall, you had Jennifer. I forget what her character's name was. She was from Peacemaker. Um, Pierce Brosnan as Doctor Fate surprised me, I would admit. I've not heard of Cyclone before, but I quite liked her. Atom Smasher, pretty sweet. It avoided a lot of the cliches I've seen in quite a few superhero films, like the genius character being actually, likable. Um, the hero being, what's the one I'm looking for? You can understand why he is the way he is, sort of thing. So, Shahi. There's a lot of people I know I've seen in other films before, like the dude playing Hawkman. I know I've seen him in other films, and I'm going to have to check on IMDb afterwards, rather than because the X-ray was just like I couldn't click on it and watch the film at the same time, so it's like, yeah, Pierce Brosnan. I mean, yeah, 100%. It's a rock film. You know, even though he was like got superpowers and stuff like that, it was still a rock film. But you know what? You know what you're going to be getting with his films, and if you like that kind of thing, it works. But yeah, I'm quite happy with this, and I still think that next week, yeah, it's going to be Spy Family. I think there's both seasons on here. I think. The Wall. And what are you going to do about it? No. No, there's a couple who could. There's a couple who could handle. I can think of at least two, and there's one of them. Is it what? Yeah, it's my boy Henry. Now, don't get me wrong. I have no problems with the new guy who's going to be playing Superman, but yeah, yeah, Henry Cavill is almost as. I can put it like this: I would, if I had to pick my favorite person who played Superman out of all time, Christopher Reeve. Henry Cavill is very, very close. Very, very close. I mean, I would say Christopher Reeve does have, again, that slight advantage because he was the first Superman, and I can still remember as a kid when I was watching it and being old enough, because obviously my real name's Chris. So it's like, wait, the person who's playing Superman is Chris. It's like, yeah. Sort of thing. And also, but let's be honest. If I knew Henry Cavill, I'd be playing and talking Warhammer with him so much, which is one of the reasons why I am cautiously optimistic about the upcoming Warhammer 40,000 show that he is heavily involved in. I say cautiously because I'm not going to go off on a tangent too much. Superman 2 was top of your Superman movie list for a long time. I can see that, yeah. Very understandable. What's I say? Oh, yes, brain tangent. Yes, the cautious optimism with regards to the Warhammer 40,000 show, because it's a dark universe. And I don't mean that in a like, hey, who's turned off the lights type dark. No, I mean it's called grim dark for a reason. They can't make it too happy and fluffy, and this is going to surprise a few people, but I'm hoping it's actually not going to be too focused on the Adeptus Astartes, aka the Space Marines, even though they are the thing that the 40k universe is probably the most well known for, because in universe there isn't that many of them. Personally, for me, if they were going to do it, if I was in charge of it, I would probably do it as a show focused on either a rogue trader or an inquisitor. Because then you would basically have, the whole sort of like procedural type thing you could do each week. Like he's in a different sector dealing with other new things of heresy, and then, you can build. It's a universe you need to build up gradually. You can't just dump everything in the unit, that they know about the universe in one hit, because it will just make people's minds melt. But I mean, like, if they do everything focused on the Space Marines, I'm not going to be happy with that. But one thing I am so hoping they do, even if it's like just like in a flashback or a very brief scene, very, very briefly, there's two things I want to see. two things if you're going to do a 40k show. Well, actually, three things. No, two main things that I personally want to see on top of everything else, because again, I could just go and talk about this stuff for hours. I want to see a Titan, a full-blown Titan, and I want to see Exterminatus at least once. I want to see how they handle Exterminatus, because that's no reason why I think having it based on either a rogue trader or more hopefully an Inquisitor is because they are one of the few people who can call down Exterminatus. And I'm not going to say anymore because, this is something my friends all joke is like, if you want Chris to start talking about something for hours, just get him to talk about 40k or Star Trek. Those are the subjects that if I had to talk for an hour to save my life, that would be it. So I'm going to stop now, because I'm getting good at knowing when I'm going to go off on a complete info dump tangent. And okay. So we're back next week for some more RimWorld. I will be tinkering around with the mods and stuff I have for that. I've managed to get some optimization done for it, but I'm going to do a bit more over the weekend. But for now, I am going to say goodnight. And bad time in there, Lofi. We're just about to finish. But thank you for the follow. But yeah, so I'll be back to say for RimWorld next week, and then next Friday we're going to be starting the bring your own copy of watch along reaction to Spy Family, and then we haven't done a series watch for a while, so it makes sense to do that. And then once that's done, then we'll go into probably One Punch Man if it's still available, because it's been long enough since I've seen that especially that season 1, that it'll be more fresh for me. So my reactions and the chat. And if you've not seen it, don't look up any videos of it, because there's some stuff in there that is absolutely brilliant, and it will ruin it if you see it. So I'll see you later. Thank you all for joining me, and have a good weekend. Bye bye.